Guardian is an exceptional product. It's the only product on the market that actually has true predictive capabilities. I'm Paul Angelatos. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Seeing Machines. My job is the day-to-day management of the business. As part of my responsibility, I look after the fleet or Guardian product. I also look after our Caterpillar mining products and our rail products. I started life as a diesel mechanic in the Army. Worked my way through the ranks in the Army, but again, most of my jobs in Army around operations management. When I decided to leave Defence at the ripe old age of 37, I went into work for a large multinational engineering company, again largely focused on operations, and spent some time overseas on some major oil and gas projects. Started a consulting business here in Canberra, which was quite successful. So I worked with some of my colleagues that I'd worked with in the multinational firm. We set up the consulting business, grew that company to a reasonably large size, and then I exited. And I exited because I knew the CEO of Seeing Machines, Ken Kroger. I'd known Ken for a number of years through our common love of cycling, and it was that connection with Ken that brought me to Seeing Machines. Fatigue's a real big issue in the transport industry, generally. Australia particularly, and any of the large continents that have large road networks, there's thousands and thousands of trucks on the roads every day. In Australia, the statistics in the order of about 18% of accidents involve heavy vehicles, and a lot of those are directly related to fatigue. So it's a problem that's there, but it's a problem that there's a solution for. It doesn't have to be the way it is at the moment. We actually have a means of addressing it and preventing these accidents. The Guardian product is a system that detects fatigue and distraction in a driver. It's a very simple system. We have a processor, a computer in the vehicle. We have a camera or a sensor that looks at the driver's face and tracks his eyes. We have some light pods that provide lighting in all conditions. We have a device that vibrates the seat as a first level of alert to wake up the driver. And we have an audible tone as well that wakes the driver up. So it's effectively in-cabin alerts, and at the same time the ability to send data back to a control centre where we can monitor the driver once an event occurs. Our control centre is a 24/7 monitoring centre in Tucson, Arizona, but as part of our Safeguard program. So Safeguard is our ability to work with companies and provide 24/7 monitoring, but more importantly, the basis for an intervention program. We can either provide the intervention for the company or allow them to do it, but either way, it's the ability for that company to reach out to their driver and make sure they're okay, whether they need a break or just simply to have a conversation with them to see what their mental state is and whether they're able to drive. And the third part of our offering then is the ability to provide regular data and reports back to the company so they can continuously improve the way they use the system and continuously improve the way that they deploy their drivers and manage their workforce. We've been able to bring in some very talented people to the company. One of them is a gentleman by the name of Professor Mike Linné. He's a world leader in human factors. Through the research that he's doing with a number of our current customers, we're able to look at fatigue events and then sit back and actually understand what were the activities that occurred before the fatigue event, and then through machine learning, be able to improve our algorithms so that we're not only detecting the fatigue event when it occurs, but we actually can monitor the signs that lead up to that. So we look at things like how often the driver's yawning, what was the body temperature, what was his breathing patterns, a whole host of other human factors that we incorporate into what we're doing and constantly improving the way we're detecting fatigue. The future for Seeing Machines and our Guardian product range is to have further progress our ability to integrate with telematics solutions. So we will continue to work with a number of telematics companies where we can make sure that whatever hardware we develop is actually able to integrate with what the bulk of the industry is doing. So we're very conscious of making sure that integrating with us is going to be a simple thing to do, that our product is easy to use for not only drivers but easy to use for companies that want to invest in us. What Guardian does is in line with what our Seeing Machines mission is, and that's to save lives, to make sure that our drivers get home safely and that we prevent accidents.